After Goku managed to demonstrate his true power to Bardock, the functioning of the hyperbolic time chamber had been completely altered, causing the door to disappear entirely. Because of this, they both tried to make the door reappear several times, but without success. Finally, Goku gave up, as it didn't seem like he could restore the time chamber. "Looks like we're trapped here," Goku said, looking at Bardock with some concern. "Is there really no way out, Kakarot?" Bardock asked, beginning to understand the gravity of the situation. "It seems that way, and honestly, I don't know how long we'll be stuck here. I wouldn't want to ruin the time chamber completely by trying to fix it." "I see, but if there's nothing we can do, we should at least make the most of this," Bardock responded with determination. "Are you serious?" "Of course. In a way, this situation gives us a chance to spend more time together, not to mention that we can train," Bardock said, trying to find something positive in such a complicated situation. Goku nodded at what his father had said, realizing they had no other choice but to make the most of this moment. With that in mind, both Saiyans decided to continue their training, determined to use all the time they had to improve their abilities. Thus, their near-eternal training began, day after day, which were actually year after year for them. Goku and Bardock continued fighting and enhancing their skills. The relationship between father and son grew stronger as they shared techniques, strategies, and knowledge. Goku taught his father the fundamentals of combat so he could improve his fighting style, teaching him to control his own ki so he could sense the energy of others without needing a machine like a scouter. Thanks to Goku's teachings, Bardock quickly learned to master his energy, significantly improving his strength. After showing him all that, they moved on to the next phase of their training, which was to achieve the first form of Super Saiyan. At first, it was a bit challenging for Bardock, since reaching that state was a new sensation. However, Bardock carefully observed Goku and learned from him, knowing that rage was necessary to awaken the transformation. Bardock simply had to recall the memories of when he lost his life to the tyrant Frieza, which finally allowed him to unlock the full power of the Super Saiyan. A strong and intense aura surrounded Bardock, who at that moment was impressed with the power increase brought by the transformation. "Incredible, father! You've reached Super Saiyan!" Goku said, amazed. "Thanks, Kakarot. I couldn't have done it without your help," Bardock responded with a smile. "But I'm aware that this is just the beginning, so we can't stop now. Show me more of the power we Saiyans have." Goku felt even more excited hearing his father's words. It was clear that Bardock was a true warrior, eager to grow stronger. After that, their training continued with intensity. Bardock felt motivated by the progress he was making while fighting his son, so he pushed himself to the limit to keep improving. Goku guided and supported him every step of the way, demonstrating tireless patience and dedication. After that, they continued their hard training in the time chamber, with the goal of helping Bardock master the various transformations. Time kept passing in the chamber, accelerating their progress since they spent more years than they could perceive. For some reason, however, time didn't affect their ages, as if they were frozen in time in some way, which was fortunate, as they could continue training without the risk of dying. Bardock didn't take long to accumulate enough power to unlock his next transformation, Super Saiyan 2. After achieving that, they moved on to one of the most complicated transformations, one that not many had achieved, Super Saiyan 3. This form required more than just physical effort. It also demanded a strong and determined mindset. At that moment, Bardock was making a great effort to reach this form. You could even see the veins in his body bulging as his hair shone constantly. Goku was watching him closely to guide him and help him succeed, as Bardock was close to achieving it. "Come on, father! I know you can do it!" he said, encouraging Bardock as he tried to transform. Bardock continued raising his power to the limit, pushing his body to reach the transformation, letting out powerful roars from the effort. Suddenly, Bardock's hair started to grow a little, and at that moment, he released a massive amount of power, making his hair grow even longer. In this way, Bardock finally achieved Super Saiyan 3. The transformation was impressive, and his power was immense, with energy bolts surrounding him along with a tremendous aura. Goku was surprised and excited to see that his father had achieved Super Saiyan 3, as his appearance was incredible. "You did it, father!" Goku said with admiration. Thanks, Kakarot. Honestly, I didn't expect to achieve it. It was a rush of adrenaline, Bardock responded, feeling somewhat tired from the effort he had just made to reach that form. Now you just have to get used to it. That transformation drains a lot of energy. Can you handle that? Of course I can. Don't underestimate your father, Bardock said, smiling with excitement. From that moment on, Bardock continued training to master the Super Saiyan 3 form so that it wouldn't consume so much energy when he used it. The time chamber made the years continue to pass, during which Bardock spent day after day improving his control over that transformation. After a few years, Bardock managed to perfect the use of Super Saiyan 3, something Goku hadn't yet mastered, as he had been focusing on his divine forms. In fact, now that Bardock had mastered that state, it was time for Goku to teach his father how to control Divine Ki, so they could move on to even more powerful forms. Training for divine energy wouldn't be easy, as it was a power akin to that of a god, something Bardock was completely unfamiliar with, since until then, he had only known regular Ki for transformations. So after that, Goku showed his father the Super Saiyan God form, which left Bardock completely stunned because he couldn't perceive the power that Goku was emitting. But somehow he could sense how imposing the presence of Super Saiyan God was compared to the third form. To help Bardock understand the difference in Divine Ki, Goku made him fight against him, as it was the fastest way for him to learn. From that moment on, they would continue battling each other daily in the time chamber. Those days spent training were actually years, so their progress was both rapid and significant. Thanks to all those battles, Bardock was able to learn how to use divine energy like Goku, thus achieving Super Saiyan God, and, eventually, he was able to access Super Saiyan Blue as well. Every transformation Bardock achieved was a monumental accomplishment and demonstrated his immense potential. Wow, Father, you've exceeded all expectations. You're more dedicated to this than I am, Goku said with pride. I can't believe you've had to go through this kind of training for so long. The one who should be surprised is me, Bardock responded with a smile. Despite all the challenges of being trapped in the time chamber, both Saiyans made great progress over the years they spent inside. But aside from all their training, each battle, every technique, and every moment they shared strengthened the bond between the two. Father, now that you can transform into the blue form, I've been thinking of a new technique. What do you think about combining our attacks? Goku suggested during a training session. I know we usually like to fight on our own, but I'm curious to see the results of this. Well, I suppose we don't lose anything by trying, Kakarot, so let's do it, Bardock responded with enthusiasm. After that, they both aligned themselves to be in sync, ready to test out a combined technique that merged Goku's Kamehameha with Bardock's final Spirit Cannon. Both transformed into Super Saiyan Blue at the same time, causing their auras to grow suddenly in size, surrounded by lightning due to the overflow of their power. Then, they both began charging their respective energy attacks to combine them into one. In an instant, they released all that energy forward, letting it merge to form a very powerful attack. Goku's Kamehameha traveled in a straight line, while Bardock's final Spirit Cannon, being an energy sphere, spun rapidly around the Kamehameha. The result was a devastating attack that combined the strength and precision of both warriors. When the attack struck the ground of the time chamber, a tremendous explosion shook the infinite space. Even Goku was surprised by the result of that technique. Wow, that was amazing! Goku exclaimed, marveling at the power of their combined technique. It really was. I've become stronger than I ever thought possible, Bardock responded with a satisfied smile. After unleashing such a tremendous attack, the two took a moment to rest after their intense training. Bardock glanced at Goku, his expression turning a bit more serious. You know, I wish I had this strength when the planet was attacked by Frieza. Maybe then, planet Vegeta wouldn't have been destroyed, and we could have spent more time together, Bardock said, recalling the moment he was killed defending planet Vegeta, and how he sent Kakarot to Earth as a baby. Goku looked at his father intently, feeling moved by his words. But despite everything that happened, I don't regret sending you to Earth. It gave you a better life. I want you to know how proud I am of you. You've accomplished incredible things and helped me reach levels of power I never thought possible. Goku smiled at his father's heartfelt words, feeling a deep connection with them. Thank you, but none of what I accomplished would have been possible without you and everything you did. You're an inspiration to me. Bardock nodded, clearly touched by his son's words. You're right, but the best thing now is to keep moving forward, Kakarot. There's still so much more to discover and learn. After a good rest, both of them stood up, ready to resume their training once more. They felt more inspired than ever to keep pushing themselves to see what they were truly capable of. Now that they both had mastered their divine forms, it was time to test each other again. Taking their combat stances, they prepared for their next challenge. Don't hold back this time, Kakarot. Give me a real fight. Alright, then get ready, because here I come! At that moment, the bond between father and son was stronger than ever. They both smiled at each other, their gazes locked. Now, one of the toughest battles between father and son was about to begin, pushing them to their limits once again.